I mean, managing people is definitely a challenge, especially as you think employees, right? Employees can be a challenge to manage, not only them, but also, all the subcontractors. But, you mentioned any successful company, Tyler, they're going to understand their strengths, right? They're going to understand what they're good at, and they really have to strive to make sure that everything fits that channel. So going back to the schedule, this is something that I'm super curious about, because you're similar to Kyle with our buildings, where your schedule's out a year in advance and you have your clientele, you're self-performing, right? So how do you manage that schedule part? Because if you have the next year planned out, and let's say it's 6 jobs for easy math every 2 months, and you have a project that either speeds up or takes a little bit longer.
They never speed up.
I know they never speed up. I mean, it's just the reality. We know they're not speeding up. And so trying to get materials, supplies, labor that always takes longer. You think it's going to take 8 hours, takes 16. I mean, this is par for the course for anyone that's even done work on their house. They know how long it takes. So how do you manage that aspect, even the filling the pipeline to say, hey, client X, yeah, I could do your job, but it's going to be 14 months from now?
It's just as anything else that I do, I have that conversation with them. My schedule is very fluid. I try to work 1.5, 2 jobs at a time, where I'm going from one to the other. It's, as I'm sure you know, it's very difficult to execute at a high level when you have multiple things going on and when you're spread across the plate. So for me to be able to do what I do, I need to plant myself somewhere. I need to manage that job. I need to have my tool belt on, and I can do some other things, but I really need to stay there. So my conversation with the customers, it goes back to, why are you hiring us? Are you hiring us because I'm going to turn your job around in 3 months? Then I'm setting myself up for failure. You're going to hate me. You're going to hate the experience. You're going to be so frustrated because it got bumped and we didn't start when we said we were going to, and then the job took longer than anticipated, because that's just the structure of my business. So if I'm going to sell somebody that, yeah, we're going to turn your job, we'll be done within the year. We'll start at the 10-month mark and we'll be done. I'm shooting myself in the foot before I start that project. So I have that conversation with customers. These are the jobs that are ahead of you. If you sign up, you put a deposit for this job to start working on the design in 6 months from now, and this is our targeted start date, you'll be next in line. If I have a customer who comes to me before I have a deposit in hand and wants to sign up for me, they're next in that spot. So if you're serious about doing the work, you have to give me a deposit. We have to get on your schedule. And I'm not using that money. That's just that's incentive and motivation for me to put the effort into that customer, and for that customer to kind of marry us at that point. Everyone has skin in the game, but it's basically, these are the jobs that are ahead of you. I don't necessarily know what's going to go on with them. I don't have manpower to throw at jobs when things go wrong. So we're not necessarily picking up on the schedule end, but you're not hiring me to be able to turn this job around quickly. Once I start your job, I'm on your job. So contractually, when you sign a work contract, you need a proposed start date, right? So I have basically a preliminary contract to sign up for the job, and then we're signing that final work contract closer to prior to commencement of the work. So when I have a very realistic start date, I can then sign a work contract with them as to when that's going to be and take that bigger deposit at that point. But again, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. So I just tell customers, understand that it's a fluid schedule. I just had a customer who I probably spent 9 months at their house over the course of the past 2 years, and they just want me there to do the rest of the house. And it's not fair to my other customers who want us there. So they wanted like a screened-in porch addition put off the back of their house. And it's not really up our alley, but she's very particular. She loves working with us. Not the easiest customer, but she wants us to do the work, right? She knows what she wants. And I had the conversation with her. I don't know when I can get to you. I've spent 9 months at your house. It's time for me to get to other customers. It would be a minimum a year. And she didn't want to hear that. So she said, I think what makes the most sense is for us to find somebody else, start getting estimates, and then we'll wait for you to do the interior work when it's more up your alley anyway. And I said, yeah, I think that's a really good idea. 2 weeks later, I hear back from her. So when do you think you could do the screened-in porch? And and that's the same thing where, you even talk about confidence, and I'm obviously doing something that these people want me. And I haven't given her a price for the job. I've worked for them before, and I see their experience and I see how happy they are and what we're doing. And I hear horror stories. And that for me gives me more confidence to continue to run things the way I am, to be able to raise my prices, to be able to command a premium, because I've given somebody the news that they didn't want to hear. I told them, find somebody else. They were good with that. And then they still want to come back to me, and they still want to wait outside of when they wanted to do this. So at that point, it's like, I don't know, can I just call my price? Like, I'm not going to rip people off, but if you're willing to wait for me that long, it's not what you want, it's not even the job that's right up our alley, then I'm doing something right in the way that I'm structuring myself.